All right, my bad. Minute late, minute late. Had to let my laptop charge and let Miles in the crib. So we up in here, man. I'll talk some Piston talk. Told you guys last night I tried to squeeze that stream in today. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the little quick stream I did yesterday. Um, Wish it could be more lengthier, but strap for time. Got a whole nother channel I'm trying to run as well. And yeah, we here, man. And pretty much we're gonna talk some Pistons, man. Update the description in a minute, man. But yeah, man, the Pistons actually got a win versus Orlando. I caught the majority of that game yesterday. Salute Ronaldo too in the building. Um, I caught the Pistons game while I was live on my other channel yesterday, and yeah, I thought, man, they was down when I first started watching it. Okay, then it came back. I mean, stat line. Take out the stat line. I'm not gonna get too invested into actually the game last night. They beat yeah, I know, bro. I know that's my dog. They beat the Orlando Magic, and Terrence Ross had another good ass night. And I don't know if it had nothing to do with he used to play for Dwayne Casey. Casey traded him away, but Terrence Ross has been always been one of the most streakiest players in the NBA. They won an OT 115, 120. Um, and Terrence Ross is just never could be consistent, man. You had streaky shooters like Allen Houston back in the day, Katino Mobley, but he just never. I mean, he got all the athletic ability. He'd be a guy that could help that you think could help the Pistons, but he's just not consistent. Vujovic had 24, 13, 3 assists. I mean, he a dog. Anybody that when I play FanDuel, even though I'm on a hiatus, that's like daily NBA or daily football, hockey, whatever else. I play NBA and I play open day on baseball and I play NBA, NFL. I take whoever the big guy, as long as they're formidable, that's going against Andre Drummond. They always get off versus Drummond. Fournier dropped in 18 points. I thought he'd be better than what he is. Augustine is really a backup, but he had 13, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Jonathan Isaac is a nice young player out of Florida State. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Aaron Gordon is another one of them dudes, man. He about 2 or 3 steps above Terrence Ross because he's younger. They call him a baby Blake Griffin, but he mad inconsistent, bro. He had 12, 8, and 2 last night, and pretty much nothing more off their bench last night. Terrence Ross had the 24 off the bench. I thought he was gonna go for over 30. He only went for 30 one time. That's when he went for like 52 points with Toronto. But obviously they traded him. And last night, y'all know what it was. The Blake Griffin show. 40 minutes played, 30 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Reggie Bullock chipped in 13 points, no rebounds, 6 assists. Andre chipped in 14 points, 22 rebounds. Reggie Jackson chipped in 13, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Bruce Brown chipped in 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Kennard chipped in 14, 4 and 2 off the bench. Langston Galloway, I think he might be the most consistent bench player in my opinion. He ain't that consistent either, but he got 13 points. He is a marksman. Stanley Johnson had 13 and 3, and Zaza, his stat line ain't gonna tell you everything, but he had a good 6, 3 and 3. He did some good plays that don't show up on the stat sheet. Ish Smith came back. I don't know exactly his first game back, but he came back with 6, 3 and 2, and they need Ish Smith to run that show. I like Ish Smith a lot. That's my guy. Ish Smith is my guy. Um, Pacer Nation, we going to the finals. I like the Pacers though, man, but nah. Miles Turner got to keep going, doing what he's doing, man. If Miles Turner is keep being good, yeah, I think just to cut probably another piece or two. It'd be nice if they cut Paul George and got Victor Oladipo, but yeah, like I said, man, as far as the Pistons, man, they just don't have the talent. Like I said before, and people might not like what I say. Obviously, I don't care because I keep saying it. The Pistons only have 2 actual starters on the roster that can start in over 50% of the NBA. That's a fact. They have this dude playing with this bone. I apologize. Come here. Stop playing with the bone. You can go ahead and play with it. I don't have to get him get ignorant. Yeah, thank you. You get the bone back when I'm done. Bye. Bye. There we go. But excuse me, talking to my dog. But they only have 2 actual starters, man. That can start in over 50% of the NBA. And that's Blake Griffin and that's Andre Drummond. Now, Drummond had 22 rebounds. And people probably who watched the game that did reaction videos to the game, they probably going to say that, Drummond had 22 rebounds and, he had 22 rebounds and that's the greatest thing we ever seen since Dennis Rodman here. But look here, man. I seen Drummond miss a bunny again. How many close shots do Drummond miss? Real talk. I mean, you 7 feet fucking tall. Excuse my language for a minute. You 7 feet tall. Here. Take the damn bone. Sorry. Get on my nerves. He's 7 feet tall, bro. Real talk. He's 7 feet tall. And this guy is missing bunnies, like easy putbacks. Bunnies. Like, dude, like it's volleyball, bro. Tip the ball off the glass into the net, into the rim. It's simple. Or dunk it. Like, you look at Andre Drummond, he just fucking pathetic, bro. He pathetic, man. Sometimes, man. He got good potential, and getting rebounds is great. But what is the name of basketball? It's to put the ball in the rim and stop the ball from going in the rim. And those two things, Andre Drummond don't do good. At best, he's average at that. At best, he's average at putting the ball in the rim and defending the ball from in the rim. And that's just what it is. A lot of people don't like it. Like I said before, a lot of Piston fans, a lot of Detroit sports fans are very emotionally invested into the players. You're not emotionally invested into LeBron. You're not emotionally invested into Tom Brady. You're not emotionally invested into Mike Trout. You're emotionally invested into an old Miggy. You're invested into a Stafford. You were mostly invested into an Andre Drummond. Average players, bro. Average players. You know, I ain't gonna say average, but not superstar players that you want to build a franchise around. And that's okay. You have to put people around them to give them the proper help. And glorifying 20 and 20s, I'm not really big on stats. This is a stat-driven league right now, or just sports. I'm not big on stats. I like stats and I use them to support my argument, but they're not the end-all be-all. If James Harden go out there and drop 60, but, you know, he the only person out there that can take shots and his usage rate's through the roof and they lose, then what good is the 60 points? How can he drop 60 in a playoff game when it mattered? Or do we get whooped on by a Kawhi Leonard-less Spurs? Or do he not show up versus the Golden State Warriors last year? Or the couple years before that, do we throw one game 1 and 2 away versus Golden State Warriors back-to-back and they go down 0-2 instead of up 2-0? You know? That's just being truthful, man. A lot of these dudes, man, don't like the facts. And if you're just a fan, let's keep it real. The Pistons are not going to win with this core group. You're not going to win a championship in the NBA today without at least 2 or 3 or 4 Blake Griffins. Look at the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins return Saturday versus LA Clippers, I believe. Kevin Durant, Draymond Green. Dude, you think you're going to win with Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond? And on top of that, it's a guard-driven league. Or a ball. Yeah, basically, because LeBron and Ben Simmons ain't shit but guards. The Pistons, they not going to find a point guard. They're going to need a Grant Hill or a point forward or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Blake Griffin can't be the ball handler. He can't be a power point forward. You know, he improved, but he not naturally, you know what I'm saying? He got to keep growing into that role. You know, but, like I said before, a lot of people get mad, though, man. You got to be honest. You got to be honest. A lot of these dudes, man, that I found out in the YouTube community, I really, like I said before, I legitimately don't watch a lot of these dudes in Detroit thing that do this, man. And like I said, I have no ill will towards them. But like I said, man, the thing about it is that a lot of these dudes want to please everybody. You can't. You can't get on here and make everybody happy. So why not just be honest and be truthful? Now, if your truth is to be a wishy-washy ass YouTuber or a fan, well, okay, I respect you. I'm not gonna go against you at all. But if you know the truth, you out here pushing a different agenda, then I can't fuck with you. 4G, what's going on? Yay, 722. He says, matter of fact, he said Andre can't even make a baby hook. That's a lot of dudes in the NBA, though, man. And a lot of the dudes that can make the baby hook, who can do the drop step and make post moves, can do the shimmy shake, can do the Rashid turnaround and the KG turnaround, can take dudes off the bounce and do the half spin. You know what I'm saying? And do the post workout today. The dudes that can be Duncan, KG, Hakeem, You know, like Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis, they don't want to play in the paint. So if you don't want to play in the paint, that's damn near being the equivalent of not being able to post up, like Clint Capella, Serge Ibaka. How Serge Ibaka developed a three-point shot before he developed some post moves, at least a go-to post move. So, you know, Andre Drummond trying to shoot threes, he got the body to be a monster in the post. But that's not where the NBA going, so I can't fault Andre Drummond for that. Stan Van Gundy tried to make him the Dwight Howard. He couldn't even be Dwight Howard in the post. So then again, we say, okay, we paying this dude. I don't know what his contract is. I know he just read up like a year or two ago. We pay him all this money, but he not Ben Wallace, you know, and he not Shaq or Rasheed or Akeem. He nowhere close to those. I don't even know a big guy that's comparable to Andre Drummond right now. I probably never seen a big guy like Andre Drummond. Very emotional. I think Nafi said it. Could someone tell me why Drummond is so emotional during the game? Then when they win, when they get the win, celebrate with water like they did something. Exactly. What did Barry Sanders say? I hand the ball to the referee after I score. I hand the ball off to the referee after I score because I want to act like I've been there before. You know? And that's the mentality. But this is the guy, Andre Drummond, is you want to be the leader of the cornerstone of the Pistons. You can't do that. Just like they want Matthew Stafford to be the reason the Lions go win the Super Bowl. It's not going to happen. He ain't Aaron Rodgers. He's a subpar quarterback with big money. You got a lot of them. Matt Ryan is another one of them. Kirk Cousins, you know, you got those guys. But I just don't understand why do people get mad because people tell the truth about Andre Drummond. He's no good offensively. He's a rebounder. That's it. Dennis Rodman, when he was with Detroit, let's keep it real. And a lot of people don't know nothing about Detroit basketball back in the day. Rodman was a guy that defended all 5 positions. Okay, he was probably one of the best, you know, defenders, you know, most versatile defenders. They talking about, well, LeBron could defend all 5 positions. No, LeBron, no way in hell LeBron could have guarded Shaq. No way in hell could LeBron guard Hakeem Olajuwon. That motherfucker was getting put on skates by Steph Curry. He was getting put on skates by Steph. But Rodman got cooked by Larry Bird, though. But people don't, look here, man. People don't give Larry Bird his credit. Not to get off topic. Larry Bird was a motherfucking dog, bro. I had to go learn myself about Larry Bird. Larry Bird was an animal. He was cooking the hell out of Dennis Rodman, bro. He had Dennis Rodman say, man, if he was black, he wouldn't be getting all that credit, him and Isaiah. Larry Bird was bad, and I don't think he get the level of respect that he deserved, you know, because today games is played with all athletic ability. But he was Mr. Fundamentals before Tim Duncan. But yeah, it happens, you know what I'm saying? But Andre Drummond, not the defender, you know, nowhere near even the post defender that Dennis Rodman eventually became, or what he was in Detroit. He was never that. And he remind me of Dennis Rodman from an emotional standpoint when apparently, if you don't know the story about Dennis Rodman, some things happened with his wife, and that's why he went crazy when he left Detroit because of Isaiah Thomas and some of the dudes with the Pistons, whatever happened with that. But he reminded me of Dennis Rodman emotionally when he left Detroit, and he just changed. Andre Drummond is very, very timid, very, very soft, and he's just not somebody I would build my team around. I mean, I would take other centers above Andre Drummond. But people going to use the same excuse they used for Stafford. Stafford was the youngest quarterback that came into the NFL, and 10 years later, people still talking about Stafford potential. Andre Drummond was very young. He came in the league at, 19, 20 years old. People still talking about his potential. So, I mean, you know. Now, I had an opinion on Markelle Fultz. That's good. Y'all can ask questions. Let's keep it going. Hold on. Somebody had a question. I wanted clarification. I'm sorry. I want to go to Eddie's clear. I want to get to Eddie real quick. He said Blake Griffin won't win if he was a starter on the Warriors. Was that a question? I think he will win. I just said Blake Griffin is not going to be your best player. Let me rephrase that. I don't think Blake Griffin. Sorry if I got a disconnect or we not understand each other, Eddie. I just think Blake Griffin ain't gonna be the best player in the championship team, and that's okay. I don't think Kyrie, you know, necessarily can be the best player on Boston for them win. I think he's gonna need Jason Tatum to be good, as equally as good. But this is my personal opinion. Drummond needs to grow up for one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was bullied as a kid and stuff of that nature. I think he can. He has a Jamaican background or whatever, but I don't know, man. He definitely not a rim protector. Sad as much space as he eat up. Exactly. The difference between Drummond and those other centers is that he was soft ass defense. Dudes' eyes get big when they see him down there. Eddie, I swear to God, bro, I'm telling you, man. Like I said, I play daily fantasy on FanDuel, bro. I play it right, and every formidable center that go against Andre Drummond have a big game. They do. But we can keep it going. Let's just keep the conversation going. I'll let the chat control it. We talking about Dennis Smith or Mark. I'll take Dennis Smith Jr. But if I had to pick now, thinking about it, neither one. I was wrong about Markelle Fultz. I thought Markelle Fultz was going to have his shoulder figured out by now. The way they made it seem, it was going to be 6 to 8 weeks of fixing his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Of therapy, and they have figured it out. And I heard he actually got into a motorcycle accident. So Markelle Fultz is top 10 never again. No, he's a no-go at this point. I thought his shoulder was going to be resolved and they was going to fix the issue. So I was wrong. But I don't have a problem saying I was wrong. But I did say that about the shoulder. But it's not no good. Dennis Smith Jr. is basically Reggie Jackson, upgrade to Reggie Jackson. But he got some issues, man. I wouldn't go out my way and trade anything or mortgage my future for Dennis Smith Jr. I wouldn't do that because I say that because he got a lot of injuries, man. I watched him pretty closely the last 2 years, and that's just by me playing fantasy. That's why I know a lot of these dudes' stats and what they can do. And also, don't forget, if you download the Yahoo Sports app, I told my other channel, if you download the Yahoo Sports app, they got the NBA League Pass for free right now. So just download the Yahoo Sports app, and you can watch NBA any NBA game on your TV, or if they got the app on your phone, or if they got the app on your TV, you go watch any NBA game. I heard DirecTV running it, but that's somebody I heard from New York that said they run in New York, so I don't know if they're doing it here. But if I had to take a pick, it'd be Dennis Smith Jr., but I'm really not sold on him because of the injuries. But the knee injury he suffered in high school and college, or college, one of the two, and then the sore back, the sore wrist, he just often injured. So what they would have to do with Dennis Smith Jr. is what they did with Blake Griffin. He has to build his physical strength up. He has to build his durability up. And I would see how he worked for the first, I'd say, if we making a playoff push and we know we ain't going to make the playoffs, you got to be honest with yourself. He here for a month. I would shut him down after a month. I would get him with the strength and conditioning coach. We will build up his strength like they did Blake Griffin. It's awesome. Whatever they done to Blake Griffin, build him up. Tell him to rest, build his physical strength up, and then we'll go from there. But Dennis Smith Jr. is sketchy. He's often injured a lot. We talking about the last 2 years. He often injured. Only reason I won't take Fultz is because you don't know. His shoulder is just, you don't really know about his shoulder. And it ain't fixed. It ain't fixed. So you might can give Fultz for a second-round draft pick if you hold out. Drummond put his head down after every miss. Maybe that's just his demeanor, and that's not good. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's just frustrating for him, man, that he just can't figure it out. But, like I said before, he ain't the type of guy I want to build my team around. He could be a part of my team, but I think he's one of those guys, if you plug him with James Harden, or you plug him with a Chris Paul, if you plug him with Ben Simmons, he'd be a good player, But what's up, bro? The Pistons, this is Jose. What's going on, Jose Garcia? The Pistons have to draft better, and they will be a better team. I would trade Drummond to the Celtics for one of their wings, and I got killed for saying that. I got killed for saying that, bro. I ain't going to say the person who killed me, but I got killed for saying that last offseason. I said I would trade Drummond. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else brought that up to me as well, too. It might have been you. No, I think it was Beast Mode that brought it up. They said he would trade for Terry Rozier and Andre and Jaylen Brown for Andre Drummond to the Celtics. I would do it. I thought about it. I said no. And I said, yeah, why not? But then I just need somebody to fill my middle end, though. You know what I'm saying? Also, maybe Sacramento will be looking for somebody like him, man. I like Willie Cauley-Stein a lot, man. He just don't. Their coach is dumb in Sacramento, man. I like Bojanovic. Bojanovic will not the one in Indiana, but the Bojanovic with Sacramento. He jacks some shots up, but when he get the pass and the distributor in the ball, I like him, man. I like him a lot. When he don't just jack shit up, man. But when he distributing the ball, he playing with a rhythm. I think Bogdanovic got all-star potential. You know, I think Buddy Hield still got all-star potential, in my opinion. They just can't get their shine on because the coach don't know which one he want to play. 1 minute, Bogdanovic will get 30, 35 minutes. The next minute, Buddy Hield will get 35 minutes. They don't play well with each other because they're both same type of player. They get it off the bounce, shot creators, shot takers, shot makers. They both premier scorers. And then you got Fox running the show over there as well. So, you know, if I'm the Pistons, I try to explore getting one of those guys. He said, Eddie said, I like Dennis Smith Jr. has more upside than everyone on the Pistons, including whoever they pick in the draft if they make the playoffs. Yeah, I agree. He's just injury prone. Real talk. He injury prone. All last year, he was taking games off, and I would if I had to get him, I would have to rehabilitate his body like they did Blake Griffin. I would rest him. I would play him for a month. We don't make the playoffs, and we out of range. I would rest him. I would build his strength up in the offseason. And then next year, get ready to go. Reggie Jackson makes $18 million. West makes $18 million. And Kennard and Smith got rookie contracts. That makes sense. But Wesley Matthews, oh my, I can't stand that guy. It ain't nothing personal, bro. It's just in FanDuel, he hurt me too many times over the years, bro. But yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you know, also you got Phoenix and Orlando that's in the running for Dennis Smith Jr. They also was interested in Reggie Jackson around the rumor mill. You know, they was interested in Reggie Jackson too. So, you know, Phoenix got Melton running the point. Basically, Devin Booker is the point. He another guy. I don't know how Devin Booker slid by the Pistons, man. A hometown kid, dad was a professional hooper from Grand Rapids. How do you miss on Devin Booker? I don't know. They picked Stanley Johnson, but Stanley Johnson had a lot of potential coming out of Arizona. So did Justice Winslow. He had a lot of potential as well, but yeah, we missed on that one as well. Dude, Harry Giles is better than Drummond. Yeah, man, I never really got to see him play. I don't watch Duke play a lot. You know, I watch Sacramento. He never get no chance. They coach just stupid. I know he come off a serious injury. You know, I know he come off a really, really serious injury, man, and that's his problem. So, you know, he's a guy that you could take a risk in for nothing. Stop. Sit down. Sit down. I don't want you near me. Go. Yup, there you go. All right, this dog playing too much. I think Blake 28. Yeah, but Blake is not living off his athletic ability no more. He developing skills. Pistons need an identity. They need to get back to true Piston basketball defense and balanced team play. That's LeBaron Tucker. I agree. But you know, one thing the Pistons never done well was develop talent. You know, that's the one thing that I can correct throughout Piston history, throughout our history through the 90s and the 2000s is that the Pistons never developed talent. They never developed Aaron Aflalo like they should. They never developed Spencer Dinwiddie like they should. Chris Middleton didn't get his shot. Tayshaun Prince didn't get his shot till they almost got beat up by the Magic out the playoffs. So the Pistons have historically in modern and throughout different regimes, Joe Dumars, Stan Van Gundy and the other guy he was running with. None of the coaches believe in playing young players. So therefore, Spencer Dinwiddie sat on the bench. He eventually went to wherever the hell he went, Brooklyn, I think it was, and blew up. Chris Middleton about to get a big contract. Right there, Chris Middleton and Spencer Dinwiddie, you know, is, you know, better, you know, it's just better than our backcourt now. And they know how to identify talent, obviously. You know, for the most part, they identified Dinwiddie, they identified Chris Middleton. Aaron Aflalo, before he got old, he went left to Pistons and gave somebody some good minutes. They know how to identify talent, you know. But it gotta start off with defense. You know, what every great Piston team had was some type of presence in the middle. They might not necessarily always had that rim protector, but Lambeer, Mahorn, you know, all them dudes, Dennis Rodman was tough. Effort. We need toughness. Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin got a reputation for being two of the soft players in the NBA, even though Blake is trying to change his reputation. But I can't forget, you know, Zach Randolph, Zebo, you know, Michigan State's finest, you know, beating Blake Griffin to a pulp in the playoffs. I mean, he beat Blake Griffin so bad, Blake Griffin was red for like 6 straight games, bro, or 4, whatever it went. He was red. He punked Blake Griffin, you know. And they tried to put that on Blake Griffin and say Blake Griffin was the reason why the Clippers kept losing. I kept arguing with people. I said, well, Chris Paul was getting injured a hell of a lot too. But hey, it is what it is. Bray Giffen doesn't want to play in Detroit, you can tell, but he has no choice. I agree with that, man. I was listening to an interview. I didn't see his mannerisms. This is before they played the Clippers Saturday. And I was listening to his mannerisms. He didn't sound like he wanted to be here. I don't think he wanted to be here. I think he just, basically like, I got to be here. I don't think he want to be here neither. I don't even think he's trying to act like he going to the Michigan game. He's trying to enjoy everything Michigan got to offer. But to go from LA to Michigan is just different. Now, if you Kawhi Leonard, yeah, then maybe it'll work for you. But you know what I'm saying? Maybe you got that type of personality, maybe it'll work for you. But in all, man, I done been in a lot of work. I done stayed in a lot of worse places than Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot to do here. When you talking about going over to Canada, not that far from Toronto, not that far from Ohio. When you talk about amenities, you talking about casinos, you talking about you can go hunting, you got the forest, you can go fishing. I mean, it's depending on what type of person you is. When you really get into the nightlife of Detroit, I mean, it's really not that bad. Of course, you're not gonna have the A-listers and B-listers here, C-listers here. But when you talk about if you really into some urban shit, some street shit, you know what I'm saying? You just, like the vibe, the city is off the chain, man. Once you get to know it. But if you some type of person that just came from LA, you ain't gonna never adjust to Detroit. It's just like, it's just like other places, man. But yeah, he don't want to be here, bro. Like I said that to myself before. It's funny that you bring that up. And I just never hear the enthusiasm. He doesn't seem as happy as he was in LA. That's LA. And some of us might go out to LA and it might not be for us. That's just what it is. I go to Miami. Miami for me. I've been partying club when I was in my mid to early 20s. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into the club scene, but hey, that's. I mean, certain people for certain strokes for different folks, man. So the Suns have zero interest in Dennis Smith Jr. Look it up. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought they did. Well, I understand that because him and Devin Booker are pretty much the same player. Zach Page, we gonna get a Lions offseason live stream. Yep, I'm gonna do one every week. I did a live stream yesterday, Zach. Last video I done. Had to do it twice because they cut me off for whatever reason. But I did it twice. I did one yesterday, and I do one this week. I wanted to do the stream of the week last week, but I got sick. I had a crying baby here all week, and I got sick, so I had to wash all my sheets. You know how that go. Disinfect the house. So I stayed up late the night before. I'm doing some stuff on my other channel, so y'all know how that goes. So I couldn't get to it, so I apologize. I try to stream both championship games this weekend. I try to big up enough content from my other channel for Saturday, and I either go live one game on this channel, one game on that channel, and that's kind of how I balance it. So I'll probably go live the NFC game on this channel since it's first, and my other channel I'll go live for the AFC channel game. So I keep y'all posted, man, of everything go right. Don't forget, for everybody that's in the government shutdown, your mail carriers and everybody else ain't getting paid, man. I want to make sure everybody good. Keep your head up, man. I know a lot of family members don't like, or people like asking for help, but if you got somebody that's in the government, man, in your family, just throw them a couple bucks, man. You know how that shit go, man. Now if they voted for Trump, then no. But yeah, I did. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna try to get to one time a week, man. That's my goal. As stuff started to slow down, I could be able to do it, man. I got some stuff coming for this channel as well, so we definitely gonna expand it. I'm looking at a new setup to come. I want to set up for Lions live streams and Pistons live streams. So I'm in the process of just getting me a entire setup, banners, new webcams, a whole new setup. So it's gonna be lit, man, and possibly have some people come on. We could chop it up together, have open discussions. But what happened to Reggie Jackson? It just seems like he doesn't want it no more. He there for a check. No, it's not. What's wrong with Reggie Jackson? It's kind of like with Reggie Jackson, and people laugh, but I kind of like the way Reggie Jackson is playing. But I think he needs to turn it up a notch. And from this standpoint, I say that Reggie Jackson don't want to outstep his boundaries. They say Reggie Jackson shot too much. They say he was too much of a ball hog. That's what they say about Reggie. He was too much of a ball hog. He shot too much. He need to scale it back and be more of a true point guard. That's what Reggie Jackson doing. He being more of a true point guard. He kind of like where Chauncey was at before he got to Detroit. He was known for just shooting and scoring. Reggie Jackson got to find the balance when to score and look for his own shot and when to facilitate. But he don't want to overstep his boundaries. What it is, man. He don't want to go too offensive and relapse and turn back to Reggie Westbrook. All right, that's what's wrong. Reggie Jackson is giving effort. He's just playing his position. He don't know how to comfortably play the point guard position. They seem scared of bad boy image. Isaiah needs to be in his organization in some way, I think. He didn't burn so many damn bridges, bro. You probably got a better chance of getting Rick Mahorn. But yeah, I mean that's the NBA. The NBA scary away from bad boy images with these new flagrants, with everything you smack a dude in the back of his head by mistake, flagrant 2 you out. The NBA don't want edge. You remember the first Piston teams? The NBA defeated that team with the help of Jordan, man. The NBA brought the Timberwolves in. They took Rick Mahorn from the Pistons. Then they created flagrant fouls because Jordan was crying. And don't let nobody else tell you about LeBron James. I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan on the court. Off the court, I'm a huge fan of his, and I love everything that he's doing with his activist work and what he's doing for his community. Every black person should do, what he's doing for his community, like Jalen Rose and other people, man. But like he ain't the first original. Like, he ain't the biggest crybaby I seen. Jordan, Jordan was crying, man. Real talk, man. Jordan was crying. He was crying to David Stern about Isaiah Thomas. Scottie Pippen was checking out of games with migraines. The Pistons was whooping their ass. So when the Pistons kept beating on Jordan so bad, and Jordan knew that he couldn't mess with the Pistons, him and David Stern came up with technicals and flagrants, and then eventually they took the hand check away. Then you couldn't play tough. The NBA always has something against Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And even when going to work Pistons won it, they changed the rules again. You couldn't play defense again. So it is what it is. Love your channel, bro. Keep up the good work. Salute Eddie. He said, laugh out loud. Nobody on the team now seems to be want to be here. Gores doesn't seem to have any vision for the team. No, he don't. His vision for a championship. His vision is basically trying to throw a whole bunch of ingredients in a pot and call it gumbo. What he want to do is he want to get a profit for the Pistons. He want to get a profit for the Detroit Pistons. He don't care about bringing the championship to Detroit. He wants to raise the equity, whatever they call it, up on the Pistons and sell it. That's what it is. He's stupid. And they hired Ed Stefanowski to throw some shit together to make a winner or make it seem like the Pistons was rising, but they're not fooling nobody. In the NBA, it's hard to duplicate what Joe Dumars did with Chauncey Rip, Tayshaun, Ben, and Rasheed Wallace, and even the guys they had before Rasheed, like Bobby Sora, and guys like Corliss, Lindsey, Mike James, Eldon Campbell. Each one of them played a role. It's hard to get depth like that. It's hard just to throw a team together like that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for it to come together like that. In the NBA, you got to be bad. And if you're not a top destination, LA, Miami, New York, you got to be really bad to acquire elite top-end talent through the draft. Keep them in your team and build around them and have players want to come play with them. Tom Gord's just trying to do it the cheap way. He's trying to do it the fast way, excuse me. Dan Gilbert tried it the right way, but it just didn't work out for him. Deion Waiters wasn't a good pick. Kyrie Irving stayed hurt. Anthony Bennett sucked. When you get up that high, you got to make the right picks. Do you talk about college basketball? Yeah, man, I've been meaning to. Like Saturdays is like real tough for me to catch a Michigan game. I'm gonna get to Michigan, man. It's just been real tough, so I'm gonna have to get to it. Especially when football go off, I pay more attention to U of M. But Charles Matthews and them boys, they balling. But yeah, I do a lot of. I want to do more college football, but like I said, it's been hectic. I want to do more college basketball too. I know John Beeline happy he stayed with Michigan. Yeah, 4G, appreciate it, man. Much love too. Kevin Cheeseboro. Hopefully I said that tonight. Why couldn't we play at Ford Field instead of Little Caesars Arena? That's a good question. Maybe the Fords didn't want to share it. Not sure. Maybe they didn't want to share it with the Pistons again. Maybe it's just then they shared something at one point in time. I think the Pistons played the Silver Dome way back in the day. So that's a good question. I haven't been to Little Caesars yet. I might go this week or next weekend or something. I want to go to the auto show, man. So maybe I'll take the kids to the Pistons game or to the auto show or both. Hey, man, can I get some space? Back up. He be asking to go get tied up. But yeah, this year Piston. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Jose Garcia. Come on, man. Bye. My dog I gotta take him outside for a run, but it'd be so cold. This year, the Pistons should tank one of the deepest draft you don't want to get 13 or 14 pick and just miss the playoffs better. So just tank Zion, RJ, Bola, Cam Reddish. It's another guy. This dude, he played with Zion Williamson in AAU. He had some small college, man. I was just watching one of the basketball channels. Is it Ball for Life or, Jimmy Bankroll, whatever, one of them channels. And this kid is good, man. He projected to be the number 7 pick. He from like one of them small schools down in DC or something like that, or down that area. I can't remember his name, but he's nice. And I said that before. I said it in the offseason. And people get mad and I speak the truth, but I said this is a year the Pistons want to be bad. I said I would trade Blake Griffin to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I would just stay with Reggie Jackson. I would be a bad team. I would trade Andre Drummond to the Celtics or whatever I did. I would just be a bad team, get high draft pick. It's the best year to tank. But maybe they just feel that the NBA won't do right by them and get them a good pick because the Pistons ain't never won the lottery, I don't think. That's why Curry going nuts. Nobody can body him up. I like him, but it's hard watching folks not being able to guard him. Harden too. Yeah, because you can't touch him. They didn't took hand checking out the game completely. You can't touch these dudes. These dudes will elbow you and then call a foul on you. It's hard for me to watch NBA. I just took a break. I haven't really watched the NBA game other than the Pistons game for about 2 weeks now. It's hard for me to watch basketball, especially just Harden, man. And everybody glorified what James Harden do, but wasn't James Harden the same dude that choked in the playoffs? That's him. Dumar, all right. It's tough for me to watch it. Where's everybody seeing his potential for Kennard? That guy is slow, soft as baby shit. Doc Davis said that. Like I said, man, he could shoot. You know what I'm saying? But he was never supposed to get picked over Donovan Mitchell. But one thing I said about Kennard ass, Kennard can shoot that fucking rock, bro. He can shoot the rock. Kyle Singler. Now you think the Pistons would have learned from drafting? Stop. You would think the Pistons would have learned from drafting Kyle Singler? No. And they just threw up a little bit. I gotta clean that up, man. Then dogs would throw up and then try to eat it still. Like, nigga, you dummy. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about the Pistons taking Duke players, man. As far as like Kyle Singler and Luke Kennard. Grant Hill was the last great Duke player to come on. I like Kyrie, but Grant Hill was like, man. I did a video on my other channel. I got a retro hoop series to talk about old school basketball. I got a playlist. I got to build on it, but people forget how good Grant was. LeBaron Tucker, Dumars got effed when Bill Davidson got sick, and it never been the same. You are right, bro. Thanks for responding. I enjoy the post. Yeah, you're right. And what happened with Bill Davidson? He on the Tampa Bay Lightning, right? Too. He told his wife, don't sell the team. Will Ralph Wilson tell his wife for the Buffalo Bills? Don't sell the team. What those women do, go sell the team. So, hey, Martha, tell your kids, don't sell the team. Kids, sell the Lions. Please. Please sell the Lions. I wish Martha would have sold the Lions when Mr. Ford passed away. No ill will there. But please sell the Lions. Please sell the Lions. When Martha Ford no longer able to run the Lions, whoever take over, please sell the Lions, bro. I don't care if you sell them to Dan Gilbert. I don't care if you sell them to Dave Bean. I don't care if you sell them to Kwame Kilpatrick some way. Or his family. I don't care. Sell the Lions for the sake of God, man. Just don't sell them to another Ford. Nasser Little. Yeah, I'm watching that right now, bro. I'm looking. When you say Nasser Little, I'm not a Michigan State guy. My uncle wanted me to go to Michigan State. He graduated from there. I had to get out of Michigan, man. I couldn't. If I had to go to college with cold weather and snow, I would never went to class. So I went somewhere that was warm. But yeah, that's unfortunate, man. You see the guy, the former Detroit Lion football player, and the guy was masturbating outside his daughter's window. He beat him to a pole. Like, what's going on with these people, man? We living in a sick world, man. And for everybody that got kids, man, you can't baby your kids though, man. It's always been bad out here, man. So um, we gotta just trust that we teach our kids the right things to do, and you gotta let them make mistakes and make their own decisions and be there to support them, man. You can't put fear in these kids, man, where they don't want to come home and ask for help. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, I just open door policy. I'm not gonna beat you. I feel that at this age, you already old enough to, I'm not gonna beat you for, mistakes that I've made or other people have made. I just want to be able to tell kids and teenagers that don't make that mistake. But if you do, you know what I'm saying, we're not gonna be like we're not gonna not love you no more. We're gonna love you and support you. I might joke with my daughter and say, "Yeah, you bring a kid in here, the kid can stay. You gotta go." It's a joke, but we love y'all, man. We make a lot of similar mistakes, and we had kids young, and we done things, and pretty much every dude done hit a chick raw when they're younger and got them pregnant, and we were scared and we didn't know what was gonna happen, or we didn't freaked out. It happens. If you can think of it, a lot of us somebody somewhere done been in it. So, just make sure you teach your kids the right way, And what killed me about kids, before I get back on topic, is this cell phone shit. I didn't have a cell phone when I was growing. I didn't get a cell phone until I was in high school. So I survived some type of way, right? But you know how it is, man. But you can't scare your kids into talking to you, not talking to you. Keep that open door policy, man, and just hopefully you teach them right and they don't fall into those hands and you don't get one of them creepos, man. But Eddie said, the Dakota said the Pistons need a better draft pick. I definitely agree. They won with Grant Hill and Darko. Both were on other teams' picks. Yep. Keith Williams. I hope the Lions get better next year. Yeah, I hope both of the balls get better, man, because I can see the defense taking a great leap, and I can see the offense with Daryl Bivell, going. I'm not gonna say they gonna put up gaudy numbers, but I can say they can possess the ball more and get the defense more rest, and they can grind out more touchdowns. But if I had to take a pick, I think the defense would take the bigger leap next year. Just my personal opinion. I do think Patricia has some genius in his defense in his arsenal, because what he done to that game plan they did for the Rams, that was beautiful. Just the offense didn't hold up his side of the ball. That's why I tell you guys, stats don't tell everything. Yep, sir. I'm glad he whooped them up too. The stats don't tell you everything. And I tell my friends, I tell my boys before, I said the Lions laid the blueprint on how to beat the Rams. Well, the Bears did this and they scored 30 points on the line. I said, if you watch the game, the game tell you a different story than the stats. But it is what it is. Is Blake an all-star this year? Most definitely. Most definitely. Did they take the center out? So who we got? Giannis. Giannis. We be talking forwards. Who you got? Giannis. Kawhi. Shit, who else you got in the East? Giannis, Kawhi. Because they no more center though, right? So I'm trying to think of these teams offhand. Boston don't have a forward that's gonna make it over Blake. Washington don't have that's gonna make it over Blake. Charlotte don't have a forward that's gonna make it over Blake. No, neither does Atlanta. Neither does Indiana. Neither does Chicago. Neither does New York. Neither does Brooklyn. Neither does Cleveland. Miami, maybe Josh Richardson might make it. Long shot Justin Winslow, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't. I say Blake had a better year than Josh Richardson, but I think those would be the four if I'm thinking correctly. I'm just doing it off the top of my head. Orlando, no. Aaron Gordon not better than him. We had to put Vujovic if we just doing fours and no center. So I think Blake, in my opinion, Blake is an all-star this year, but he didn't win enough games. So, you're gonna probably see Kemba Walker get in there, obviously, because he played for Charlotte and that's where they're hosting it at. But most definitely, I think he is all-star, but he may not make it because Richardson, Giannis, Kawhi, Vujovic will be in that class. Joel Embiid will be in that class. So you got five because there's no more centers, so everything is just forwards. So you have five I can just think of that may make it over Blake Griffin, but not gonna win with Staffy at the helm. So no good. He no good. I disagree with that. I'm about Stafford. I mean, if they can win with Brad Johnson, they can make a playoffs with Tavares Jackson. They could Rex Grossman can make it to the Super Bowl. Joe Flacco can make it to the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan can make it to the Super Bowl. I believe Stafford is good enough to make it to the Super Bowl. I just think, they got to have a better defense. And they got to be able to run the ball. That's the recipe for a Super Bowl. It's no secret. You got to be able to run the ball, stop the run in this order. Run the ball, stop the run, play great overall defense, and be able to make timely throws when you need to be. Stafford is more than capable of making the playoffs. Just about keeping it simple, nothing complex. Nothing that Sean McVay does with Jared Goff is complex. You know what I'm saying? Everything is simple. It may look funky, fresh. It might look innovative, but there's nothing that we don't see. Okay, run the ball with Todd Gurley, stretch zone play, trap, and toss plays and stretch plays and wham plays and trap plays and all them, all them type of plays, sweeps, all that type of stuff. But all they do is they get the run game going. They play action. They do a drag route across the formation. He rolls out. Brandon Cooks is on the drag route wide open. They flip the play. Same personnel. The Los Angeles Rams stayed in 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back personnel. Was it 96 or 90% of the time this season? They stayed in that formation over 90% of the time, but they changed they changed the personnel. They changed the formation up, but 90-some% of the time, I believe it was 3 receivers, 1 back, 1 tight end. It's just, and then they do the same stuff. They run it again, play action. This time they flip the play. Brandon Cooks like he gonna go do a drag route across the formation, but it's a whip route. He drag or cross, and then he stop. He come out, he pivot and go on the outside. So now it's a whip, or it's a deep out route, or it's a shallow out route. It's basic football. It's just everything is predicated on the run. And then when you start playing, you get upfield to play the run, or you get upfield to play the pass on passing downs, then they hit you with the screen game. It's very, very basic. It's just saying how good coaching is. 3 Wide Television salute. What's good, fam? The one common trait that the championship Piston teams had was defensive stars. Not only do we need shooting, we need guards that can defend. The league don't like defense no more. I agree, and I think Bruce Brown and Kyrie Thomas may have some. They might have some say in that. Eventually maybe they can be worse. Lindsey and Mike James. They can be 2 pit bulls off the bench. So they both get out there and defend. And it's just gonna be experience. I think they're gonna help the Pistons in some type of fashion. Calvin Johnson would be one of the greatest if the Lions didn't draft him. I definitely agree. When he did that interview about Jeff Samardzija, he said he wished he never played football. He played baseball like Jeff Samardzija. I was like, the Lions really took the fight out that man. Real talk. That's a real interview. Calvin Johnson said he wished he would have played football. That's the forge, bro. Chance Stafford is our starting quarterback. I say 100%. Oh, yeah, of course. He's going to stay the quarterback, bro. They like Stafford, man. I agree. 10 years, he makes the same mistakes. He's no good. I agree. That's where coaches come in at. I agree, sir. That's where coaches come in at. You got to coach to his strengths. You can't fit a square peg in a round hole. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to coach him to his strengths. What does Stafford do well? You know what I'm saying? It's not what Stafford wants to do. It's what he do well. And what you got to do with Stafford is cut the pass attempts down and run the ball effectively and let him play off the run. Same thing with Jared Goff. Jared Goff sucked with Jeff Fisher, excuse me. Steve Fisher, salute to Michigan. But, it is what it is, man. Stephen A. Smith in the building. I like Bruce Brown. I like Bruce too, man. Bruce, one of my favorite Pistons. I be trolling people, but I like Bruce. Sarah said he can't RPO nothing about batted passes, stares down receipts. He makes his O-line look like Poole. This guy across the street needs to get his truck fixed, bro. Like Poole because he can't step up in it. That's true. Coaching. You can move the pocket. That happens. You can put him on boots. Stafford athletic enough to get on boots to get on the edge, move the pocket. You gotta hold Jim Bob Cooter responsible as well too. Jared Goff ain't gotta make the great reads. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gotta make the great reads. Nick Foles ain't have to make the great reads. They coached their players to get open. They schemed them to get open. And maybe Jim Bob Cooter was scheming, and maybe Stafford is the problem. But we stuck with Stafford with another 3 years probably. We stuck with Stafford. Where is Isaiah Whitehead, our new shooter? Isaiah Whitehead, he got signed to the Pistons. He been bouncing around the league for some years, bro. I don't know. I don't know the purpose of that pickup. I seen Kalen Lucas got picked up. I think he got cut. Blake to the Celtics for Brown and Terry, and Drummond to the Kings for a draft pick and Tank. I don't know if the Celtics even want Blake Griffin. I think if you do Terry Rozier and Brown, it might give you Marcus Morris. We came from here, but he in a contract year, so I would definitely think about trading Blake Griffin just to do him a solace. Nobody deserves to have a prime wasted, not winning games and knowing we're gonna have to tank. So I don't know why Isaiah Whitehead ain't playing. To be honest, they say he in the G League. Stephen A. Smith said he in the G League. So okay, Pistons got a hell no, Jose, hell no. Kyle Murray, hell no. Kyle Murray don't work in Detroit unless you get him in the second round. Now, if we get Kyle Murray in the second round, okay. But then again, Darrell Bevel did do good with another Kyle Murray clone and Russell Wilson, or Russell Wilson clone and Kyle Murray. But nah, dog. Not gonna work on Detroit. But maybe Darrell Bevel can make it work, but I'm not with five. He should go drop the bat and don't look back like Deion told him. Go play baseball. I tell any kid, man, I was telling somebody else about their son. I say, don't play football, go play baseball. Tell your son to pick up the bat and don't look back. Do soccer, do something else. Football, I won't wish that upon nobody else, that physical abuse to go on nobody's body. People that went through it know what I'm talking about. A lot of guys on here talk football. They ain't never played in the trenches, man. Playing in PAL, catch 22, and I'm talking about in the trenches, man. Banging with other 300-pound and 200-pound dudes. I wouldn't wish that upon nobody, man. Unless you really wanted to do it, man. But on no kid, that's too much stress on the kid body to play tackle helmet football at 6, 7 years old. I say at least 10 or 11. But that's my opinion. Pistons got to learn to finish games. They close, I think. Nah. I don't think they close, but they just not. If they ain't closing games, like they losing 7 straight, they ain't closing games. Just they don't have the talent to. Now Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond can hold up his end of the bargain. The Pistons probably be the 4th or 5th seed. If Andre Drummond can be what he's supposed to be, is a good 20, 22, 23, 24, and 15 guy, and defend the rim. The Pistons and Blake Griffin have a great 1-2 punch, and they get some help from somebody else in the guard position. But yeah, I watch some baseball. I do. October and opening first month is my day. But I'm not. I'm to be honest, I ain't no big Tiger fan. I was more of a Yankee guy. My family is from the Bronx, and they moved to Detroit in the 70s, I late 70s, early 80s, I think it was. My grandmother, she was a huge Yankee fan. They moved to Detroit. And then she became a huge Tiger fan before she passed a couple years ago. So I watch the Tigers. I go down there every now and again, but I'm a Yankee guy. But I like the Tigers. No offense to them. But if it came down to the Tigers and the Yankees in the pennant, I roll my hometown team, to be honest. I always go with the hometown team. Someone posted a video about Whitehead yesterday, and he got busy. Okay. Have you heard any more news on Dennis Smith Jr.? No, I haven't. I know they still holding them out, so a deal might be coming. I forgot what they changed the All-Star game to. The All-Star break to. The trade deadline, excuse me. So that's something to look at too, man. So, but yeah, I try to watch some baseball a little bit. I used to play it. I couldn't hit, but I could do everything else. If I could hit, I'd be a millionaire right now. I didn't work hard on it though. I was more into. Funny, I'm talking about kids playing football. They showing a whole bunch of kids playing football and talking about how detrimental it is. Kyrie needs to play more. He looks ready and good. Yeah, I heard about he been getting to a little bit of rotation. Yeah, why not? Why not? I feel about Calvin like folks feel about Stafford. He dropped too many passes to me. He had 1,900 yards, and people act like that was nothing with Stafford. He to me is a great player. Nothing, not a winner. It's not his fault he ain't win. LeBaron Tucker, hell no. If you go back, Matthew Stafford was throwing him some fucked up passes, bro. Hey man, one time Harrison Smith straight just obliterated him, and he gave Harrison Smith from the Vikings damaged the nerve in Megatron's body, and that's when Megatron started dropping all them balls. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that when Megatron started getting beat up, and he started jumping over 3 or 4 guys, and they started just hitting them low and hitting them hard. Stafford wasn't giving him the best balls neither, man. I can't put that on. I cannot call Calvin a loser. I can't do that, man. Stafford was throwing him some fucked up balls, man. And he was getting creamed. You know, he was getting creamed, but I can't put that on Calvin, man. That's just, man, I feel bad for him, man. Anybody that come here, man, that play for the Forest, I feel bad for him. You know, you got to give Stafford some credit. I'm not a Stafford basher. I try not to be. But you got to give Stafford some credit. I don't think no other quarterback would have survived 10 years with the Lions like this. Stafford is one tough cookie. I think a lot of guys would have walked away from the game. That's my opinion. I used to play football and baseball also. I was a D tackle. Trust me, and them trenches take a toll on you. Even in high school, you're guaranteed to have damage to your body. My team won the PSL City title. Yeah, you're going to have damage. You talking about hands still messed up, you know, head still be hurting, back still be hurting, ass still be hurting. Stuff you never knew be hurt, man. I mean, you know, they used to tell us when I played in the PSL for me, they used to tell us before I went out otherwhere that offensive lineman last. And he wasn't lying. Your fingers be fucked up and you probably have a headache, but man, you know, if you know how to control yourself, especially if you was a tackle, you know how to control yourself on the outside, you ain't gonna take too much damage unless somebody roll up on you. You know, especially a lot of wrestlers did good as offensive linemen. Stephen A. Smith said, I want the Lions to draft Devin White or Josh Allen, but only if they beef up the D-line this offseason. I can make an adjustment for you right here. My adjustment would be this. Move Kennard down to defensive end full time. That's it. And give me another pass rusher, and we Gucci. And I want some more defensive tackles. You know, another plug to go with Sylvester Williams and another D3 technique or a rusher like Deshaun Hand. I'm happy with that. I would love Devin Bush, and I hear about this Josh Allen guy. I know about Devin Bush. I got plenty of LSU friends, excuse me. I know about Devin. Devin Bush is an animal. I like Devin Bush. Move that boy right on to the outside, Davis. You know, move Davis right on to the outside. You know, I like Devin White. I know about Devin White. I like him a lot. If you can get a chance to get a middle linebacker, I'm gonna tell you something about the NBA. Hold on, we missed on that one. Let me tell you about the middle linebacker in the NFL. A middle linebacker in the NFL is hard to find. It's one of the hardest positions to find. So if you got an opportunity to draft for Devin Bush, and if Josh Allen is good as you say, you take him and you don't think twice. Finding a good middle linebacker is probably second to hardest to find a good quarterback. The Mavs could be making a mistake trading Dennis Smith Jr. Lucas only his rookie year. I wouldn't let them grow to get. No, they don't. No. You get rid of Dennis Smith Jr. Luka Doncic, like I told people before the draft, Luka Doncic is the truth. I said before the draft, you know, you can't always believe what Fran Fraschillo say about these international players, but they doing the right thing. Dennis Smith Jr. is always injured. So it ain't going to be no time for him and Luka Doncic to grow. He always injured, so how do they grow together? No, you move him. Doncic look here, man. Doncic ain't no Darko. He ain't sit on no EuroLeague bench and get 10 minutes a game. Doncic was the EuroLeague MVP. That boy bad. Hell, I moved Dennis Smith Jr. quick. You know, J.J. Barrera better than Dennis Smith Jr. right now because until he tore his Achilles, he was more available. I love Luka Doncic. I've told Atlanta fans, I say, shit, Luka over Trey Young. But everybody was just saying Luka was another a Euro hype job, and I was saying that too. But you know, and I looked at him. I said, you know what? Let me do some more film. I studied, and he was killing professional players in Europe as a 15, 16-year-old. He was bred for this, bro. That was easy. He should have been the easy #1 pick. I said that last year. My two guys was Michael Porter Jr. and Luka Doncic. I didn't care that Porter was injured. So was Ben Simmons. So was Nerlens Will. So was Joel Embiid. Pretty much 3 of them had pretty solid careers, especially with Nerlens Noel's bouncing back. When I sum up, Stafford is tough. He's taking the beating as well. Not great quality. Well, the Lions don't give you great quality. I mean, name me a quarterback that's survived longer than Stafford or that's done as well as Stafford. None. So I know Stafford ain't that good, but you got to look at the organization as well, too. They gave him the money, and he took the beat down. I think it's a personal relationship with the Lions and with the Fords and Stafford. They like Kelly. They like the twins. They like him. Keith Williams, you think the Lions going to pick somebody good in the draft? Yeah, most definitely at number 8. Bob Quinn had a really good draft last year, to be honest. He had a pretty good draft the year before. He had a sucky draft year 1, but time will continue to tell. I love them linebackers at that pick. I love finding the middle linebacker. I mean, Devin Bush in particular. I don't know much about Josh Allen. I'm not going to speak on him, my ignorance in that category on him, but Devin Bush in the middle instead of Devin White. Oh, yeah. Sign me up. I won't call him a loser, but he was not a leader. I agree. Neither was Ndamukong Suh. Just like Stafford, that's all I'll be saying. Stafford just not a great leader. Barry Sanders wasn't either. I say it's the Fords too. Yeah. Neither was Ndamukong Suh. Calvin wasn't a leader at Georgia Tech. People forget that. Calvin wasn't no leader at Georgia Tech. The Lions never found that leader. Usually somebody a leader on the team, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily the quarterbacks are always not the leader. I see Ray Lewis, they don't have a leader on the Lions at all. They haven't had a leader in a long time. And sometimes you got to draft somebody with some intangibles. And maybe Bush, I don't know a lot about him personally, but maybe he got those intangibles. That's why I wanted Jalen Ramsey. As far as Jalen Ramsey will get Lions identity, I think he will get them confidence. He brings swag. And I don't know if you heard this, that I don't know how many people follow the Steelers, but the Ohio State linebacker Ryan Shazier is trying to make a comeback. God, no. The guy that was paralyzed. I hope he don't make no comeback, man. Please don't. You would rather have Simmons or Luka? I love Ben Simmons. I used to love Ben Simmons before he was the Simp of the Year last year on my other channel. He with that Jenner girl, whatever, Kardashian, and she cheated on him, got caught kissing another guy. Basically, she cheated on him twice, and he took her back. I ain't messing with no Kardashians and no Jenners. Give me Luka. Personal pick, Luka. Luka Doncic. As long as he don't get with no Kardashian, then give me Luka Doncic. I know, yeah, Trey Flowers. Yeah, I think people keep telling me about Trey Flowers from Page. I like him. Deshaun Jackson, then Devin White. I like the Deshaun Jackson. I think Deshaun Jackson you got to trade for him. But the Lions do have a couple extra picks in there. A lot of people don't know that. They late picks though, but I like Deshaun Jackson, excuse me. I like Watson as well too. I like Jackson. That'll give Brandon Powell some competition in the slot. Or just, a guy that can play both slot and outside, mainly the slot. People saying Harden better than Kobe. You believe? Hell no. You talking to a diehard Kobe fan. Got the wrong guy. Got the wrong guy. No. Kobe played both sides of the ball. I'll leave it at that. I'd rather sign Golden Tate than Jackson. Hey, I can feel that. Golden Tate is more of a fit. He got a better attitude. But don't forget, Golden Tate quit on the team too a couple times. But if Jackson ain't motivated, he'll just straight not just quit and not come back. So I agree with that. But I just want to get younger. That's just me. I'm not with the older receiver. For me, if it's Odell Beckham or nothing, I'm good. Even Julio, I wouldn't want Julio. He older. I like Julio, but I just want the Lions to get younger. What do you think about the last night Pistons game? They almost lost it again in the fourth. They was down in the second and third quarter, man, and I was looking like, this shit over with. And I came back in like the fourth, they was up, and then I was like, we got this. So I'm doing my live mother channel, and I'm just like, okay, we got this. And I look up, and it's 109. We going into the overtime, man. We hit a 3, I think, or we went up 4 or something like that. They hit a 3, and then I turned back. We won. As far as the whole overall, the game is he got some help. A few guys chipped in 12, 13, 14 points for Blake Griffin. Andre was a dog on the boards. He got help. So I can't knock it, bro. Good win. Orlando's a team I think that kind of beat us a couple times, right? They got us once. I know once for sure, and they got the win. They got to continue to put a winning streak together now, to be honest. But that's just what it is. Okay. What do you think? Okay, if you get rid of Stafford, who would you replace him with? Quarterbacks don't come a dime a dozen. That's a good point. You don't want Bridgewater. You have to draft, And that's why I thought about it. I say, you know what? You don't get rid of Stafford now unless you believe in Kyle Murray. I think he'd be there. Unless you don't believe if you believe in Will Grier. If you believe in Joe Flacco, I say hell no. But, if you believe in Kyle Murray, then you get rid of him. Or, you want to just get Jacoby Brissett and trade a pick to him to Indianapolis or whatever the situation may be. You got to have a contingency plan for Stafford. And that's why I said this year, I'll draft me a developmental quarterback this year or next year. I look for my Andy Dalton, my Jimmy Garoppolo, my Colin Kaepernicks in the second and third, my Dak Prescott in the fourth. I look for those guys, and I look for Darrell Bevell to get him a quarterback that he like. It wouldn't be surprised me if Darrell Bevell took over as head coach one day if he do good. If think the Giants would, they said they evaluating Odell. Yeah, Odell supposed to be up for trade. I'm gonna tell you what's going on with Odell before I get off here, man. I'm read the last couple comments as well. They don't like that Odell is dissing demanding royalty. So Odell did an interview with Lil Wayne and Josina Anderson on ESPN, and he basically called Eli Manning. He said Eli Manning suck. I'm paraphrasing here. He basically said Eli Manning suck. And ever since then, they mad. They don't want you to talk about the Mannings. And there's a lot of stories about Eli Manning. It's a story about Peyton Manning when he was at Tennessee, where he took his private area, the one that had, the scrotum, and he put it on a girl's head and wiped it across her head or something like that. And they covered that up. There's some stories about the other brother that played receiver that got hurt and how he lashed out and got jealous of Eli and Peyton. Man, there's a lot of stories out there about them. But you can't talk bad about the Mannings, and Odell Beckham is trying to speed up the process of Eli Manning retire to get a good quarterback, and basically they're gonna choose Eli Manning over Odell. So if they can get Odell to shut up and they gonna act like he acting out, then they are ready to trade Odell Beckham, and they gauge an interest on Odell Beckham. But yeah, that's what it is. What you think about bringing in Kareem Hunt because of Bevel as an OC is going to beef up the line? The Lions are not going to do that. Martha Ford don't want no criminals. That's what it is. She want choir boys. That's why they've been drafted from BYU. They've been drafting high character guys like Jerry Davis. That's just what it is. Odell is a dick, though. I'd take Odell in a heartbeat, bro. You ain't gonna find no receivers that's like Calvin and Larry Fitzgerald. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Chris Carter was a crackhead. Terrell Owens was crazy. Randy Moss was crazy. When you talk about talented tight ends, it's only so many Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnsons, Julio Jones. It's only so many Jerry Rices. Even Marvin Harrison, man. Marvin Harrison was a stone cold killer. A lot of people don't know that. Marvin Harrison was out in the streets killing people, facing homicide cases, beating people up on the streets of Philadelphia. A lot of people don't know that. Marvin Harrison wasn't no church choir guy neither. That's why I read a lot. That's why I'm able to kind of speak on different subjects. I read these stories. These are stories they're not gonna run on. They're not gonna run on ESPN and stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? The media was scared. The media was scared to talk to Marvin Harrison because he was a stone cold killer. He was a stone cold killer. Like, wasn't nobody running up on Marvin Harrison. You name him, T.O. beat up Hugh Douglas. He wasn't gonna run up on Marvin Harrison. Odell ain't no cancer. Odell won a quarterback. Odell won his stats. It sound bad. Antonio Brown is a cancer right now. Odell Beckham have every reason to be upset. Eli Manning suck. No, Ray Lewis, yeah, Ray Lewis did what he did, but Marvin Harrison was known. Like it wasn't no mistake. It wasn't no, it was a mistake crying. No, Marvin Harrison was a gangster. They wasn't asking Marvin Harrison questions they was gonna ask Ray Lewis. He was a gangster. Like for real. That's all Odell's saying is he suck. I like Tom Brady over Peyton. You know what I'm saying? I like them both. Peyton Manning was just so fucking good, bro. You're right. Peyton Manning, I don't know, man. Joe Montana the GOAT, though. Bro, you should have just become a Jets fan like me. I want to go from the Lions to the Jets for shit. That's like going to hell and going deeper into hell. Y'all suck just like we do. Didn't Joe Namath bring y'all last title? I don't dislike the Jets. I was pulling for the Jets that year. Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez was rolling. But we both suck. Shit, we all suck. What the hell? Vikings can't say nothing. Jets can't say nothing. Cardinals can't say nothing. Like all the fans I beef with, we can't say nothing. I can't stand to see them Cowboys win. I don't hate no team in sports more than the Bears and the Cowboys. The Bear fans, I just don't like them. I don't know what it is about them. Maybe I got a lot of Chicago fans. But them Cowboys, oh my God, I can't stand, man. When the Lions lose the Cowboys, man, that's like the Super Bowl when we beat the Cowboys, man. I could talk cash shit. Is AP the greatest running back you ever seen? Nah, I like Barry. I like Barry, Walter, Gale Sayers. He don't have a lot. He got injured. Jim Brown was, even though he a raccoon right now, Jim Brown was bad, but AP up there. Yeah, AP up there. He had a little fumbling issues, man. But we talking about great running backs. Oh, man, I know I'm with Barry, man. Barry made everybody a Lion fan. If it wasn't for Barry, I'd probably be another fan, even living in Detroit. But we talking about other running backs that I like. Truth be told, I like the boy from Ohio State. I like Zeke Elliott a lot. I like the way he runs. He's violent. I love violent runners, man. Who else we have? I used to love Mike Allstott, violent. I like the old North and South runners. Riggins from the Skins. I liked him, North and South runner. Who else? I'm talking about old Jerome Bettis. I love them power backs. You know what I'm saying? I love them guys that can drag. Eric Dickerson, even though he played a little soft sometimes, but ED was nice. Who else we had? Emmitt Smith. Even though the whole Beard and Emmitt thing, Emmitt was tough between the tackles. I love them old tough tackles, man. Terrell Davis, oh man, you couldn't tell me shit about TD back in the day. When Barry was out the playoffs and TD was in the playoffs, I was a Bronco fan all day. I was a Bronco fan all day. TD was my guy. Terrell Davis used to be whoop, 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 whoop. He used to be running on. TD used to be getting it. I used to be a TD fan. I used to like John Elway too. Sean Alexander, yeah, they played in the Super Bowl here when they came here. It was 06, 07 or something like that. Alexander was cool. Deuce McAllister, Deuce Staley. Who else we had out there? Warwick Dunn was another one. Brian Westbrook was another one. Tiki Barber was solid. I just ain't never liked Tiki Barber. I like Rondé Barber more. I really wanted Tiki Barber fan because Tiki kept fucking fumbling. Tiki was a fumbler. I mean, who else we had? Man, NFC North, Robert Smith. He was another guy that they used to kill the Lions, but I liked him. Adrian James is a solid guy. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer though. Why the Lions let Sue walk? I don't know. I know a guy I used to work with. Well, I worked for him. Him and Ndamukong Suh and his friend, and they used to live in the same complex as Ndamukong Suh. He went to the University of Kentucky. This dude let his muffler drag in the street only in Detroit. So they didn't want. I guess they didn't want. I don't think Sue wanted to be here. His sister said 2 years before he left, "We can't wait to get up out of here." So, he didn't want to be here, for what I heard. But he didn't do what he was. Even J.J. Watt, who got a contract before Sue, he had that 1 good season, 2 good seasons. He didn't live up to that contract. So, but Detroit was a great fit for Sue. It was an excellent fit for Sue. But Sue didn't think so. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be in the Miami Sun. They made the playoffs one time in Miami, didn't win it. I think Le'Veon Bell got injured that game, and they lost to the Steelers. So, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah. Go Chiefs came here to prove you wrong. Okay. You was right. Go Chiefs, Jaden. Yep, y'all won. You don't mean shit if y'all don't win this weekend. I like Tom Brady like the Knicks, man, but I'm tired of seeing them damn Patriots. How about y'all beat the Patriots and you come you can sulk all in your glory on my channel. I even let you come on, bro. You can say whatever you want to say. If you Chiefs beat the Patriots this weekend, you can say, I don't care who win the NFC Championship game, but I don't want to see them goddamn Patriots there no more. Carlos Rogers, the receiver that got drafted by the line. Oh, you talking about Charles Rogers? Charles Rogers? Same Charles Rogers that was high at a green light? Motherfucker was so high, he passed out at a green light and was in Saginaw. Yeah, he's on Charles Rogers. He was so high, he passed out at a stoplight in the middle of the road. You know, I don't even want to talk about it. Man, let me get off, man. I don't even want to talk about, man. Matt Millen just did a story about him that pissed me off, man. I don't even want to talk about Charles Rogers. But I appreciate y'all, man. I'll be back with some more content later on. Y'all know what it is, man. Motor City Sports Talk. Yeah, let me get up out of here.